In today's video, we're going to look how you can build and grow muscle the natural way. These are the steps I took over 3 months to transform my body from skinny fat to shredded. And I continue to do these things every day. The first thing you need to look at is protein. Everyone talks about protein because it's so important. If you're not consuming enough protein, you won't be giving the fuel your muscles need to grow and get bigger. The standard protocol is 2 grams of protein per kg of body weight. If you weigh 90 kg, you need to be consuming a minimum of 180 grams of protein. Now, if you're following that guideline and you're finding your muscles are not growing, it's time to triple it. Instead of aiming for 2 grams of protein per kg of body weight, aim for 3 grams of protein per kg of body weight. That means instead of consuming 180 grams of protein per day, you go to 270 grams of protein. When you do that, your body will start to change. Your muscles will look fuller, you'll feel stronger in the gym. It will change everything about you. The first thing you can do to increase your protein is when you have a protein shake, instead of putting 1 scoop in, put in 2. I know it sounds so simple when someone says it to you, but I never thought of this. By putting an extra scoop into my protein shake, I was doubling the amount of protein in the morning. So I went from getting 30 grams of protein to getting 60 grams of protein. The next thing you can do is look for better sources of protein. Instead of having chicken, go for red meat. There is nothing like eating red meat. It will help you to build muscle so fast, it's unbelievable. You don't have to have steak, you don't have to have these fancy slices of meat. Go to your butcher's, ask for a top side of the beef, get that minced, add some spices to it, and you're done. And when you have minced beef, it's easier to digest and you can consume more. The next thing you can look at is consuming more fish. Fish is so light when you eat it, which means you can eat more of it. It's very low in calories, but very high in protein. Another thing you can do to consume more protein is having raw eggs. When I boil my eggs or I have them scrambled, I can only eat about 6 or 7, then I'm pretty stuffed. But if I have raw eggs, I can have 9 or 10 in one go. Raw eggs is a super hack to getting that extra protein into your diet. Now, I know raw eggs can be a little bit sickly. That's why you've got to buy organic eggs or at least free range. The cage eggs have a funny smell to them. Another thing you can do is make sure you whisk it up. The third thing you can do is add a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's what I do for all my raw eggs. It's cheap, it's quick, and it's effective. And the last thing you can do when it comes to protein is looking for high protein alternatives. You got low fat Greek yogurt. I don't like it, but it's very high in protein and it's very low in calories. The second thing you can look out for is certain cheeses. They are very high in protein, but also low in calories. You've got ricotta cheese, which I think per 100 grams you have between 12 to 15 grams of protein and about 120 calories. You scramble 6 eggs and you add a tub of ricotta cheese, your protein meal has gone from 30 grams to 50 grams very easily. There are so many hacks out there to increasing your protein, increasing your muscle size, and increasing your muscle strength. The next thing you need to do to increase your muscle size is change the way you're training. So many times I go to the gym and people are just going through the motion. They're getting the weights on there and they're just moving up and down. They're not creating that mind to muscle connection. If you're going to the gym and you're just moving up and down, your muscles are never going to grow. Yeah, they'll grow a tiny bit, but they will never grow to their full potential. So the next time you're in the gym, you need to slow everything down. And I want you to really slow everything down and contract your muscles while you're going through the movement. And when you get to the end of the movement, I want you to take a second to squeeze and activate your muscles. Actually make a connection with your muscles during your lifting. Once you squeeze for a couple of seconds, then I want you to move back upwards slowly. You start to do that, your muscles will start to feel different and you'll actually feel sore after your training. This mind-muscle connection is so important. This slowing down is so important because your muscles are being stimulated for longer. You're actually putting your muscles through stress and giving them the signals they need to grow. The next thing you can do is reduce your reps and go heavier. Me, for the first 2 sets, I do 6 reps just to warm my muscles up. And then on that final set, I aim for 16 to 20 reps. But I'm at lifting the heaviest weight. Instead of exhausting my muscles at the beginning, I exhaust it on the heaviest weight possible. By doing that, I'm giving my muscles the maximum stimulation and giving them the best chance to grow. The next thing you need to do is be consistent in the gym. If you're training 1 week and then taking 1 week off, training for 2 weeks, then taking 2 to 3 weeks off, going back in the gym and starting again, your muscles will never grow. So one simple thing, just be consistent with the gym. Build a routine that works for you. Now you might be on the extreme side where you're training 7 days a week. Now this is good, the fact that you're going in and training, but you're putting a lot of stress on your nervous system. When you put a lot of stress on your nervous system, you raise your cortisol levels. When you have higher cortisol levels, your body doesn't produce testosterone. It focuses on lowering cortisol in your body. That's why overtraining is one of the things that will kill your gains. But if you're a natty like me and you, training in the gym 6 to 7 times a week and not giving a chance for your body to repair, your muscles won't grow. So you need to train less. This may mean you training 3 days a week and taking 4 days off. Now, if you're like me and you love the gym, you might want to use those 4 days just to go to the gym, do some light stretching, walk on the treadmill, get some extra steps in, do a bit of skipping. Or what you could do, which I'm doing at the moment, is train one muscle group every day. So on Monday, I'm doing chest. Then on Tuesday, I'm doing legs. Then on Wednesday, I'm doing shoulders. Then I'm doing back on Thursday. And then on Friday, I'm doing triceps. I'm not training biceps because I've got a bit of an injury at the moment. But if you're training deadlifts every day, you're doing legs every other day, you're doing really big compound lifts, it'll be stressing your nervous system too much and it will be stopping your muscles from growing. So if you're going to the gym 6, 7 times a week, good on you. But it's impacting your gains. You need to step back a little bit, reduce your training and build a plan that allows you to recover and come back stronger. The next thing you need to do is record your lifts. This is so important to ensure that you're pushing yourself. Every week you're getting 1 more rep out or you're increasing your weight by 1 or 2 kgs. As long as you're constantly pushing yourself, you will get the growth. If you're not tracking what you're doing, when it comes to training, you might be lifting less weight than you did the week before. But if you can see what you lifted last week, you will know how much to push yourself. Tracking your lifts is so important in the initial stages and pretty much throughout your training life. Another thing you can do is just take a break. Sometimes you just need to let your body rest and repair, and taking a week off can help you do that. You do that, you will notice in those first couple of days, you might feel a bit flat. But on that 3rd and 4th day, you'll just see this massive growth. It's crazy. And when you get back into the gym, you will feel stronger and you will get more growth. Sometimes you just need to give your body time to repair and reset. And by taking a week off, it'll help you to do that. The next thing you want to do to help your muscles to grow is make sure you're sleeping enough. I didn't realize how important this is. But as you get older, your sleep becomes so important, because when I don't get a good night's sleep, the next day I'm tired and I lack the energy to lift properly in the gym. Trust me, if you start to fix your sleep, you will feel stronger and you will start to grow. Another thing you need to remember is when you're sleeping, this is the time when the body repairs itself and produces the most testosterone. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're missing a hack to increasing your testosterone levels, your strength, and your muscle building. That's why you need to try to get more sleep. You need to be getting a minimum of 8 hours of sleep. If you can get 9 or 10, even better. Give your body a chance to repair itself. If you're on your phone all night scrolling, then you get up in the middle of the night, you start scrolling on your phone, you will never be able to grow muscle. It's so important that you master your sleep. And if you do that, your body will change. Now, if you want to grow taller, look more attractive, and command the respect of the people around you, you need to watch this video.